Good morning, Salty Gamers. Welcome to week 10 of the account. Let's get into it. So, level 76 now. We're hit it hard over the last week or so. We're in the top 568 on the squad arena and we're in 192 in the fleet arena. So we're slowly bringing up the fleets. Done a lot of crystal refreshes, so the crystals are a lot lower than usual. Take a look at the roster and set out the game plan. So, along the top you'll see Phoenix is no longer there. We favourited Ahsoka, Sunfat, Geonosian Soldier, Geonosian Spy, Anakin. And actually we need to put Akbar in there as well. So let's just find Akbar. So this is our fleet so far. So the next while we'll be progressing this up to around level 70, gearing them up, trying to get a good solid fleet, dropping that number down so we get that crystal income, try and get at least into the top 50, hopefully further. We'll see. There's a lot of hyperdrive bundles, so hitting the top 50 might be pretty hard for some time. Going on to the squad sound. So phase 1 was still Phoenix. Had a think over it all, and we don't really need Thrawn, so I'm going to leave Phoenix for a while now because we're clearing Galactic War all the time. We'll leave them there to remind us to come back and do Thrawn at some point, finish him off, but it might not be level 85, might be after that, because we don't need him for our goal, which is Galactic Legends Rey. Moving on then, Empire. We're going to keep building these guys up to at least gear 9. I've put in Tarkin instead of Thrawn because Tarkin has a ship that we could use, and he's gear 8 and 7 stars now. 9 and 7 stars, so we're doing not too bad. I think we've actually got them all to gear 9, so they're not going to get any more gear for the time being. We'll get Vader's Vader to Relic when he's 7 stars, and we'll give him his Zeta, etc. But all in due course. Then we've got the Bounty Hunters. The reason we're building the Bounty Hunters at the moment is missing the credit heists is really impacting our credits. If we can't clear the high tier credit heists, then we're going to miss out on a lot of credits coming in. So I'm going to build a Scoundrel Bounty Hunter team up to be able to do that. So we're going to Krrsantan, Bosch Leia, Dengar, just because he's already level 50. Zam Wesell, brought him up to level 50, and Cad Bane. Cad Bane because I like him, and he's quite easy to farm to 7 stars. He's also got a ship, so he works out well. Krrsantan, just because it's different, he gives health and max protection, health steal for just being the leader. And he does damage over times. Bosch Leia, I've played with her on other accounts. Our grenades just do the business. Really fun to use. Dengar we've used already. He's just a filler. Zam because she works well with any bounty hunter squad, but with thermal detonators, she's going to on her basics she's going to explode the detonators, and then Bane he'll just CC them. Moving on to phase 2, so we've still got CLS, we've got our 2, we're not going to go too nuts in farming them. We've got them all to 6 stars, so it won't take long to get them to 7 stars, minus Farm Boy Luke and R2. So we're moving on to First Order Farm now. And I thought, out of them, who should we farm? So I want to pull away from the Cantina farms as much as possible. So I'm doing Phasma because she's Galactic War. So First Order Stormtrooper because hard mode farms are going to be a pain anyway. So if we need to do them just to get BB-8, we may as well getting hard mode ones done now, and then we move on to Kylo Ren's farm. Then the hard mode farms are done, and the other farms will be really easy for the stars anyway. Gear, that's a different matter. So Kylo Ren, because he's got a ship, we're doing. We're going to get into 7 stars and bring up his ship because his ship will help us out regardless. Then we've got Sith Trooper because he's a hard mode farm, and General Hux because he's a hard mode farm. They're all good characters anyway, so that will help there. We're also, for the hard mode farms, starting to really farm Rey up to Rey Scavenger up to 7 stars. We've already unlocked Veteran Smuggler Chewie because I was going to use him in the original Scoundrel team, which you'll see in a second. I thought we need it sooner rather than later because the next credit heist should be in about 3 to 4 weeks. So if we could bring them up to level Gear 8, Gear 9, then we're good. Finn, he's in Cantina, so we'll farm Finn. BB-8 will get unlocked through the First Order. Veteran Smuggler Han is Cantina, which is why we're pulling off from the Cantina for First Order, because hopefully, whilst we're bringing up the First Order, we could slowly start bringing up the Jedi Rey unlocks, and that will allow us to sort of smoothly transition from unlocking BB-8 to going for Jedi Training Rey, because all we'll need to really do if the plan comes together is gear them. Level BB-8, sorry, just gear and level BB-8, because we'll have unlocked them, the others will be up, and we'll get into the event for Jedi Training Rey. Excuse me. Moving on to the Scoundrels then. So we need a Scoundrel team. Bounty Hunters are good anyway. They're a good solid team regardless. We're not really starting up the Bounty Hunters unless they're easy to start up through stores. Because we don't have much use for them out on our journey guide, out with Credit Heist and other Scoundrel events, and some GAC battles. So we're also going to do L3, Young Lando, and then Veteran Smuggler Han and Chewie. We're going to have the Han and Chewie up anyway because of the Rey unlock. Young Lando unlocks his Millennium Falcon on the Fleet node, so he's going to be easy to farm up through that. L3 is a Cantina farm, so she'll be easy to bring up. Their ship, Lando's ship, is needed for the Radis, which we'll need for the Galactic Legends Rey, so it will all tie in nicely. Why we've got Dash Rendar there, which we'll unlock tomorrow I think. He's a good leader for them. Usually it's Vandor, Chewie, and young Han, or Kira. So we could switch them out to make that team up eventually. But for the purposes of this, just to save on the farming and get an easy team up, we'll do it this way. Dash Rendar is also a Star Killer requirement, so he works in. He's a Cantina farm that we'll get up to, so we'll unlock him through the calendar. We'll get the other ones up, and once the other ones are up, we'll push Dar's Render to 7 stars as well. We'll also, just to go back, we'll continually farm Mara Jade when we've got spare energy. Try and bring her up to 7 stars. We'll need her for Star Killer because we are going to pick up Star Killer on our way to Galactic Legends 3. We're going to fit in the Star Killer requirements into teams as we go as well, so that they're not wasted farms, wasted relics. So that's phase 2. Phase 3, much the same. So we'll have the bounty hunter ships. We'll start farming the Beskar Mando's ship once we get our fleet solid enough, and we'll just start picking that out of the fleet store constantly, and then we'll slowly pick away at Mandalorian, Cara Dune, once all them. We'll get a Jedi team up and running. We already have Anakin and Ahsoka. That'll be easy enough, and then the Seps we'll bring up eventually, along with the Ewoks. I'll pick out these 2 Ewoks mainly from the guild store as we go. As soon as Django's nodes unlocks, we'll be farming him as well, so take away, hopefully the hard node farms will be done by then for the other characters, and we could focus on Django's ship because it brings up Bosk's ship, and we'll need him for the Padme eventually. Nute Gunray as well. Now we're building up Akbar, so we might be able to fit in. It doesn't usually go in Akbar's team, but he'll work in Akbar's team. Kyle Katarn can go in there. He's a rebel, so you could build up a rebel team with him, and then we'll have Sith as well through Dooku. We've got Maul already. Darth Talon will fit in there. If not, we could always fit her in. We'll get Bastila Shan Fallen and other Sith just to bed her in to a Sith team. We've got the Imperial Troopers, so we'll bring them up eventually. If the farms go well, we'll bring them up by the time we're level 85. They'll be almost 7 stars. Piet will need to farm anyway for his node for the Resistance Hero Poe, which is one of our needed unlocks. So he'll come up naturally just doing that. Then we've got our attack team and defense team. We'll bring up the Bad Batch to 5 stars. We'll have CLS. We've unlocked Han already. We're almost 6 star in Han with the guild that we're in, so we're doing well with that. We'll bring up the Geos. We've already got 3 of them gearing up anyway, so it'll just be a case of getting Poggle. Once we've done with Phasma and the War Store, move on to Poggle just to get his stars up. Brood Alpha will do 83 when we unlock her node. And then here's the raid requirements. So the only hard farms that we'll need is Resistance Hero Finn, Resistance Hero Poe, which works alongside getting Piet, and Amlin Holden, Rose Tico, and Resistance Trooper. Pilot we're slowly bringing up now and again in the fleet store. Not the fleet store, the war store, when there's no ships to farm. So they should come pretty easy. So it should all filter in quite easy, and then it's just gear and relics. So once we're done with the Cantina farms, so basically by the time we get to this stage, Poe's really bought out of the Cantina store, so if we've not already got them, we'll get them when we're farming our relic materials, and then it should all fit in very nicely. So let's just see what we've got here. Another 10 shards for Han, some nice gear that we need, some more furnaces, much needed credits, happy days. So we'll just do the challenges. As it's a Sunday this time, all the challenges are unlocked, so we'll get to make sure that we're at the max for each of them. Really trying to be conservative with all the training dummies and all that, or the training drones, should I say? We ran out of when I leveled one of the characters up. I think it was Tarkin. So we're gonna have to pull back on that and build our stash up again. Same with these Carbantes. Everybody needs Carbantes. It's not Carbantes, it's Kyrotechs. It's not Kyrotechs, it's syringes. So we need to really pull back on the gear and only gear up the characters that's in the phases that we're doing. So I'll just grab some offensive mods. So we remodded as well. You'll notice Phoenix doesn't have any mods. I moved all Phoenix's mods off for the time being, because we don't need them. And they're moved on to our fleet. So if we go here, they're all modded. Minus Anakin, whose mods will need to come up eventually, because that helps the ship power. But I'm waiting on these ship stars going up a wee bit more. Plus the credits. And then I need to bring Tarkin's mods, well, basically everybody's mods apart from Mara Jade's up. And then that will be that team, because that's the only reason we're bringing this team up at the moment. Excuse me. That's our Galactic War team, and it's our Squad Arena team. Because I want to stay within excuse me, I want to stay within getting 400 Squad Arena tokens every day. So that's where we're at there. Cantina. So we're farming Kylo Ren's node now. So see, his ship's there as well. Not that we're using his ship, but it'll be good to have. We'll also need to farm Spy for our fleet and Soldier. I'm bringing them up when I see them in the stores when we don't have anything else to buy in the stores. So it saves on the canteen energy to focus it on just stuff that we need. So go ahead and do the stores. So Cantina stores, we only need we were going to do first order troopers, so I could start with the Cantina farms that we're doing. I'll move it on to Poe now, so we might actually have Poe up before we're even farming relic materials, because we don't have anything else, because we're not doing first order officer anymore. Guild store, we'll just have a wee look what we've got in here. So we'll bring up Dengar, just because he's a bounty hunter. Bring up Luke, because it's a farm that we won't need to do. So Squad Arena, we don't really have much to do in Squad Arena in terms of characters we need. So we're bringing up Akbar, then we'll bring up Leia, and then we'll just pick away at other requirements that we're going to do, like Savage, Sidious, New Gunray, as we go. Galactic War, hitting the ships as much as possible. We'll get Cad Bane just because he's almost done, Porval, Resistance Trooper, and Phasma. And to the fleet store. If we find the ships, like soldiers, or spies, or even some FAC in the store, we'll pick them up, because it saves us farming them. We'll get some get one tokens, but I'm going to keep them now because I'm going to push Wampa and see if I can get Wampa for early GAC. If we get Wampa for early GAC, that might be a good wall clear. We might also pick up Veers from time to time, as well as of course the ships if they're available. So that's the store, the shipments even. So I'll just pick up the store, get a card. So to work my dailies I usually work one round in a loop. So then we've got the arena. So we're starting to hit the big hitting teams now because we're so low on the squad arena. We're not as low as we could be, but we're still lower. So we'll try this first order team. They might outspeed us, but really what we're looking for is the Mara Jade train. If we can get the Mara Jade train going, then we're doing okay. Push back turn meter. Okay, we're not doing this battle. That's our pulse down. Mara Jade's not even taking a turn yet. We might be able to pull this back. I think we'll get this. Oh, lucky us. Rough start, but we managed to pull it through. I'll just add him as an ally. His Kylo Ren's not too bad for its level. So we're in the top 500 now. So if we can stay there, even better. It helps us with the farms, we'll get them even quicker. Unfortunately there's no crystals. If there was crystals we'd push it further. So, Fleet Arena. So we've got 79,000 power. We should be able to punch up slightly. We'll go for this one. Mace Windu is usually the least good ship, so we need to enhance the ship, so we'll enhance Anakin's ship for now. That'll do. Try not to use all the good training droids. So we've got that enhancement, and then we'll do the fleet battle. So some fact ships only 3 stars. I think soldiers is 5, spies 4. Ahsoka's is 5. And Anakin's is only 2. So a little bit of health up, which is why we use Akbar. So Anakin does buff immunities when you get him out first. Hopefully get a stun on Kylo. We might lose spy here. That's okay. We bring in Ahsoka to get rid of the buff. Because we want to focus. Clear Ahsoka out, happy days. We need to get rid of Kylo next, but we're going to end up having to go for Clone Trooper. So we'll just target Clone Trooper but use AoE, get the buff immunity. Right, so we've got Kylo out, we'll just heal up Ahsoka. That's okay, we're okay. Pop our ultimate. Not that we needed it. So we're doing not too bad in fleets. We dropped down between 153 and 190, give or take. Which keeps us within 100 to 200, which gives us our 3 ship buys per day. Ideally we want to get into here. Ideally we want to get here, but if we look at the ranks, hyperdrive, all the way down to 11, and then that's, he's got unlucky and he's not been bumped off. And then we've got hyperdrive, okay, hyperdrive, okay, hyperdrive, well actually hyperdrives until basically hyperdrive bundles as far as the eye can see till 37, so we might get lucky if we can get down low enough. These ones at 37 etc might excuse me, might not be playing and they're just gotten away with sitting there. If that's the case, we'll take them out and take the place. So go on the hard node farm. So our first hard node farm of our fleet isn't Lando, because we're not going to be using him anytime soon. It's getting Anakin's Starfighter up. And it's going to be almost as long as getting Anakin up to 7 stars. It's going to be a long farm. On getting Anakin to 7 stars, let's just check that what he is. So we still farm him every day before our other first order farms because he's for our fleet. So we're on 26. And then I go here, take the mods away. We'll start off with this one. And we've got to level up for him, a star up for him. So we'll go ahead and promote him, just because it's cheap at the moment. Makes it easier to see how many shards we still need. We'll go ahead and do the same for Phasma. Now we only bring Phasma up in the lore store if there's none of our ships there to farm. If our ships are there to farm, we don't hit Phasma. So it might take longer than usual, but we'll get there. So we've done that. Fleet, mods, Cantina, Galactic War. So we full cleared yesterday. And we get a nice rebel team to sink our teeth into. Now I believe we 6-starred Old Ben. And because we 6-starred Old Ben, we should be able to do the next Yoda event. Yeah, Rebels don't really tend to stand a chance against this team at this level anyway. It's quite a good Rebel counter. So, and a good Galactic War team. So if you're struggling, use the Empire team for Galactic War. Other good team is a Jedi team with Bastila Shan lead. Phoenix is good early game as well. If you're really struggling to get that full clear, because it's your credit income to begin with. So I think we've done all our dailies, so we'll just go ahead and play them all, just to see we're not missing any. Oh, we're missing Fleet Challenge, so we can't do this at the moment, which is why we're getting. So we'll have Kylo's ship coming up anyway. So we might have Kylo's ship to be used in there in place of Anakin's. Can't do. I keep failing this one now, so we'll just sim the first one, and we'll see if we can increase our ships any. Get 77 crystals for a day. Ships. So there's no upgrades on the ship, so there's Lando's Millennium Falcon. We'll also get Poe Dameron. We'll have 3 Cantina farms for this one. We'll have Hound's Tooth to get. We'll have Rey's Millennium Falcon, which we're farming when we farm Rey. And then the other ones, we'll just pick away at. And then we'll have this monstrosity as our capital ship. It's not the best fleet, but we're going against the meta. We're not going with what everybody tends to, or a lot of people tend to do or advise. I'm going for these 2 Galactic Legends to begin with, we're going for this one because she's the least favourite. In some people's minds, she's the least favourite character, but she's got really easy unlocks, to be honest. We've got 2 Relic 7s, which is the same. Sorry, 3 Relic 7s, which is the same as Kylo. But the rest are relatively low, so Chewie, Poe, all relatively low and easy farms. So, not long after 85, we should be close to getting at least them all farmed up, and it'll be just chasing gear. And then she then ties in with, she's got one tie-in with Kylo, which is Veteran Han, but because we need to bring up 5 First Order, which we're doing the hard node farms, that will speed up this farm. We'll bring them up. Palpatine's already 7 stars, he's already gear 9, so he's equivalent of being about halfway to there. It'll be the ships that's the 1 point on that one. And then same with Sith Eternal, we're bringing up a lot of these characters already, so we'll just keep plugging away. We'll get TIE Bomber whilst we're doing the Mando requirements. Dooku's in the cantina, so when we've got free cantina stuff to do, we'll move on to him. So he should be relatively easy. We're bringing up Anakin to 7 stars as well. We've got Stark at 7 stars. We'll have Veers up. Tarkin's already 7. So a lot of these ones, if we could get them relicked when we're not relicking anybody else, we'll relic them. So then by the time we come up to C, it should just work. So it should be 1, 2 and 3 almost flowing straight into each other. Then it'll be the long ones like Jedi Knight Luke, Kenobi, Lord Vader, Jabba. They'll be the longer ones. Oh, I meant to do this one. Guild Journeys, we're slowly bringing up Traya. We've got 58 out of 140 shards, 45 shards, so if we unlock her, and we've not got Talon up, Talon will fit in with her, no bother. Han we've already got up, Kenobi, we've almost got him up, so if we get him up and the negotiators are there for the taking, with our Gate 2, if we get that, we'll take that. And that'll be our ship for the fleet area, so it will all come together slowly. So we've got BB-8 to do, which is our first order. So we could do it, we just need to level them. To do the first level, you could probably do it with just Kylo at this level, to be honest. And then going forward, all the way up to 7 stars. CLS, that'll be the same, easy peasy. Up to here, this one you don't even need, you just need to be able to survive Vader's hits, to be honest. And then this one's quite difficult, but it's only Stormtroopers, so I think gear 9 or 10 for each of them, it'll be good. Padme, we've got a Jango cheese for this one. We'll do the first event today, just these ones will die, but because we've got our geos up, let's just humour it and we'll get some easy, should be easy crystals and easy money. It just saves us farming up anything just to do these ones. To keep our income coming in, that's how I tend to do it. Well, if we could do the first couple of nodes, if we're getting credits and crystals or something, we'll do it. Just to bring that money in. So Padme's gone, Anakin's gone. Easy peasy. It's an easy 50 crystals. That's an energy refresh. Same with this one. This should be a wee bit harder, but it only really starts getting a lot more difficult in phase 3. Hello there. So take out Kenobi first. Game over, that's it. Star Wars is finished, Anakin's dead, no Darth Vader, no 3, 4, 5 and 6. 8 and 9. 7, 8 and 9. So we won't be able to do this one, so there's no point even trying it. Even though we've got the required power level, we won't manage it. We can't do Rey. We could try BB-8 just to get the 3 crystals, so we're on 50 crystals already. Now, he's only 1000. We could promote him. He's got no mods. He's only year 3. And he's only 1000 power and it recommends 3000 and odd, so let's see if we manage it. That's okay. We want Kylo to take the majority of the turns. And Phasma's out. Okay, so it's just Kylo. We might not do this, but hey, we've not leveled him apart from doing the dark side battles right at the start. Nah, he's taking us out in a minute. No, maybe not. Resisted it. Nah. Wee bit overzealous there, but no bother. Can we gear him? Can we gear him? No, we don't have the gear. Let's see. That might be all we need. Have we got any mods that we can put on her? So these are all speed mods that have been locked. They all all give speed. Okay, let's see the difference now. So not changing anything else, it's now 2000 power, gear 4, with some mods. Okay, Phasma got the stunt, Hux is away. Phasma's dying off a lot quicker than last time, but we'll take out Han first this time. Advantage. Get rid of Chewie next. No, it's just wee BB-8. There we go, that's all you need for that first event. which, going through normal dark side battles, we might actually have Kylo at that level or better. Easy 50 crystals. Let's risk it for a biscuit. So we'll go Han first. That's why I'm using Hux for the overall team, because he does a mass swarm. But what we'll be doing is we'll be doing either a Hux lead or a Phasma lead. So far so good. So as you see, Kylo is not overly geared. Granted, Rey's only level 40 on this one. They're only blue gear, so they're not overly geared either. But another easy 100 crystals. Kylo's heal on his 2 damaging attacks comes in really good. There we go, easy 50 crystals again. 100k, 100k, so we can't do it without Hux anyway, but we won't even attempt it. So on to the big one. So Old Ben's going to be a sacrifice, and then the rest should just take out Obi-Wan, Yoda, and we'll be able to 7-star him as well when we bring up Old Ben to 7 stars and Anakin to 7 stars. That's when we'll do the next one. So just take away the buffs. Of course, you would have dodged it. Right, take away Yoda's buffs. Bring up some protection. Heal. This is why Ahsoka's good to come in on this fight, because her basic takes away the buffs. So every time Yoda buffs himself, even if it's foresight, which means that he'll dodge, like that, it'll be fine. So Old Ben survived, but Kanan died. That's all well. So 750,000 credits, 50 crystals. Let's see what we're on now. So we've made 367 crystals between the dailies and the journey steps today. We're on 3 million and something credits. We're now on 4.5 mil. So, struggling for credits. Look at your low tier. Don't just look at them and look like, oh, I'm under the power level that's recommended. Try it. What's worst can happen? You fail. Okay, don't do that one. Go to the next one. It might give you that crystal refresh to get that next bit of gear. It might give you that wee bit of credits to upgrade. Because we've got so many credits, we're going to bring Akbar up. We're going to promote him. For all our hard work in Arena, we're going to promote him. And we're going to bring up his abilities 1 stage each, because it will bring up his capital ship, which is the one that we're using, which will help our fleet. There we go. And we'll have a wee look at our bounty hunter team, because we've made some credits. Let's see if we could bring Cad Bane up to at least level 50 without using too many drones. Happy days. Free upgrade, because it's all from Journey Guide steps. Credits that we didn't have, we'll upgrade them to where we can. Gear 6, happy days. Gear 6, Gear 6, Gear 7, Gear 6. Get them all to Gear 8, mod them, you should be golden. Because Gear 8 is when the payout comes. So, goal for next week. Next Sunday will be the next video. Please like, comment, subscribe. Please comment if you've got any other suggestions on a better route to go, a more efficient farming, more efficient gear, grind, even if it's teams you want to see me build up. I don't need to go the GAC meta of what we want. If you want to see Jawas in GAC, I'll build Jawas. I've got no qualms with that. It'll be a bit of fun. The whole point of this account is to have fun. It's not chasing meta. We don't care if we're top of Grand Arena, top in fleet. Ideally we want to be, but we don't have to be. My goal by March is to have 20 subscribers, so if you can, if you're watching it, please just hit the subscribe button. It will really help me out. And we'll go from there. I need a total of 1,000 subscribers and I can start putting more content out, because if I get monetized, it will be content galore, not just this. It will be other games, new Jedi Fallen Order game coming out, the possibly even survival games, etc. It won't just be this mobile game. That being said, if you want to see another hero collector, I could start a new Marvel Strike Force account and bring that to the channel and do a 1 day Marvel Strike Force, 1 day Swigo. Totally happy to do that. Well, let me know down in the comments. So by next week I want to have all these bounty hunters Gear 8, possibly, or at least Gear 7, ideally Gear 8, level 60-ish. So I'm not spending any more credits on anything. I'm just farming their gear until we get them. Out with farming the shards that we're farming. And then once we've done that, we'll get these guys up to Gear 8, level 50, Gear 6, 7, and we'll start building their stars up as we go. So that's plan for next week on to the following week. Next week it will be a shorter video, unless there's any events on. I might do Galactic War is quite boring because all I do is use one team and it clears through it all. So I might do what I've done today, do a bit of everything, but there'll be no journey guide. We're totally stout out with totally stopped on all journey guides at the moment because we've cleared everything we can at the moment. There's a territory war going on in the guild, but the problem being is this account is too low gear to fight anything. So the last team that we've got clear here is Galactic Legends Ray with Poe, and that's it. So there's not much else we could do there. There's nothing we could do on this account unless they've got rubbish in the back wall. We can't clear it. I can't clear it. My guild might be able to. They're all relics, so we're not even going to touch them. So once we get to a level where we could help out there, we certainly will. I don't know if there's any raids happening. Yeah, tank raid, but we don't do a lot of damage here. And it's with Phoenix. We'll get rewards regardless if we hit it or not, so I won't bore you to death with just going in and dying instantly. But when we get to a point where we could actually do the raids and actually get a decent hit on them, I'll definitely put that on video. And we'll do streams as well. If you just want streaming, me to stream, I'll try and cater to that. If we can get the people that's going to turn up, I will stream, and I could also restream to Twitch at the same time if we're doing any major content. But that's all for now, so have a good one and catch you on the next one.